Let's vibe, let's roll, let's get it. Whoa, shawty showing out, throwing on the dance floor. Fashion killer, huh? You don't give a fuck what a nigga gotta say or a bitch. What?
Hey you guys, it's naimahrae and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join the fam because we stay lit over here, you feels me? And if you're returning, get why? How y'all doing on this very gloomy day? Okay, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, I'm finally going to be telling you guys a story about my longtime high school crush. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I definitely have brought him up in my job story time, the awkward job moments, and my 21st birthday story time, which I will link up there and in the description box in case you missed them. So pretty much this is just going to be part one. This is the beginning. This is where it all started at. Okay, this is where it started at. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, before I get into the video, this was kind of a long time ago, you know, and I ain't write every little crevice and detail in my journal. I don't remember like every little crevice and detail in my head, but I remember enough to make this into a story time. So if you guys hear me say moving forward and fast forward and oh wait no and oh wait this, mind your business, okay? Just mind your business. Anywho, it's a long story, so I'm not gonna ramble. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the video. Y'all ready? I'm ready. New series. Okay, so pretty much this all started when I was a sophomore in high school. I was in 10th grade, so I was like 14, 15, and I'm just gonna let y'all know my love life was absolutely trash. It was horrible in high school. Absolutely, positively horrible. So I was like at the point in 10th grade already where I was like, I'm just gonna focus on myself and I'm not gonna like anybody, because it seemed like everybody that I liked, they either did not like me back, they would like get mean, or they would just like stop talking to me like altogether and never like. And I just felt some type of way about it. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not gonna like nobody. I'm just gonna do me this year. I'm gonna do me. So first day of school, I go and I'm having a great time. You know, I like my classes. I'm doing good. And then I get to my 7th period and I have a class with, we're going to call him Lee. I met him because I had a crush on like one of his best friends for probably like 1 to 2 weeks. It was literally very short-lived and he would not let it go. He always made fun of me about it, about how I was liking his best friend and this and that, da, da, da. But it was like in a joking manner. It wasn't like a bullying manner. It was more of a joking manner. And he was like it was kind of like a brother-sister type thing. Like, oh, you liked him and why you always liking my friends? And it was like that. So he was in that class, and as soon as I saw him, well, first of all, he was the only person I knew in that class, so I kind of gravitated towards him. But as soon as I saw him, I rolled my eyes, and that sparked up a conversation. So here we go already, back and forth. And then this other guy jumps in. So we're gonna call this other guy Blanket, okay? Now Blanket is who this series is about, just so y'all know. So he jumps in, and I look over, and I'm like, okay, you kind of cute. How you doing? He had like some light brownish eyes. Like they weren't like dark brown, but they weren't like super light. It was like light. And like he had a really pretty smile. He was funny. I know he was smart because we was in an AP class. That was my 7th period. So I was like, okay, like, how you doing? But I was telling myself, I was like, no, Naimah, you gotta stay focused. You focus on yourself, girl. You focus on yourself, period, okay? So lo and behold, the teacher assigned seats, and I sat right in between Lee and Blanket. They was on each side of me, and low-key there was kind of like class clown, so I didn't mind. Like they were funny. It was very entertaining. They made the class entertaining, so that was great. It's probably like a couple weeks into the school year now, and at this point, like I'm telling myself like, no, Naimah, you can't like this man. Don't say you like him. You don't like him, because I had read this post that said if you say that you like somebody, it manifests and just grows bigger and bigger and bigger until you can't contain it. And I felt like that's what kept happening to me. So I was like, I'm not going to say that I like this man. I'm not. I had told all my friends about him. They was like, Naimah, what does this guy look like? And so, me being Detective Naimah, your girl went on Instagram and I found his Instagram page, okay? And mind your business, y'all. Just, I feel the judgment through the screen. Anyways, okay. I found his Instagram and he had his Kik in his bio. Now, for those of you who don't know what Kik is, it's like a little messaging app, or it used to be like a little messaging app that people used to use like all the time back in the day. Like it was popular back in that day. You didn't want to get nobody's number, be like, hey, give me your Kik. His Kik was in his bio, and I was like, bet, let me send him a message. Y'all was low-key being a creeper, I'm not gonna lie. Anywho, so I sent him a message, but it wasn't weird because it was in his bio. So that way I was like, oh yeah, I got your kick out of your Instagram bio. Because like clearly you want people to message you. He was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Like he didn't think nothing of it. I was like, yeah. So at this point we start like messaging back and forth. And it's not like a constant thing. It's just like oh, I want to talk to him, but I'm nervous and like that. So a couple more weeks go by and I end up having to get my wisdom teeth out, and I didn't do it like the way where everybody gets like the laughing gas. I chose to get anesthesia because I had to get all 4 of them things taken out. I didn't want to see nothing, I didn't want to feel nothing, so I had them put me to sleep. Now I don't know if that was a good idea or not, because when I tell y'all after they took them out, I literally slept for like 2-3 days straight. I was probably like, the anesthesia actually made me sick, so like I was sick. It was bad. And then on top of that, my mouth was hurting and my face was swollen, so it was bad, y'all. It was bad. Anyway, so I had missed school the day that I had got them out, and he sent me a message. He was like, oh, where are you, and da-da-da-da. And I told him I had gotten my wisdom teeth taken out, and he was like, oh, okay. And literally like from that day forward, we started messaging each other like every day. And not just on no, oh, what did I miss today, because I missed the whole week, but it was like an actual conversation. It's like we were literally talking like every single day. And you know, I go back to school, he tells me that he missed me, he give me a little hug. I'm like, hey, I miss you too, boo. At this point, we constantly talk, we always messing with each other, we always flirting back and forth. Like this is literally like how our friendship was. And then he starts referring to me as his sister, and I was like, sir, let's not do that, because no, I don't want you to be my brother. I'm trying to make you my man. Like, no, stop. Anyways, he would always tell me about girls that he liked or girls that he found attractive and this and that and da-da-da. And like, I would just be like, oh, okay, cool. But it let me know that he was single. I was like, okay, so he's single. That's good to know. So fast forward, pretty much like, you know, the flirting and the talking to each other all the time, like it continues. It went on for a minute, y'all. It did. And then finally, like, one night I had got sent something that was like, you can ask me anything and I can't lie or something. So I decided to forward it to him because it was like a little forward that was going around. So I sent it to him. I don't know what I expected him to ask me, but I did not expect him to reply back and be like, oh, who do you like? And I was like, and now at this point, honestly, y'all, I had admitted to myself that I liked him. I said it out loud. So honestly, this crush was like manifesting aggressively. I'm not gonna lie. People in the class probably thought we was dating or we had something going on because we would always flirt with each other. Like, I promise you it was aggressive. So I was just like, I want to tell him, but at the same time I don't, because I'm like, what if like I tell him and like he don't talk to me no more? Like, I was very iffy about it. So I replied and I was like, a person. And he was like, who? And he eventually ended up getting it out of me, and I was like, yeah, it's you. And he was like, oh, but you're like my little sister. And I was like, that is the meanest rejection ever. And then he tried to be all sweet about it afterwards and was like, oh, well, I'm happy you told me because I don't want there to be any secrets between us, da 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 da. And I'm like, of course there's no secrets in between us, never. Like, y'all, I was so naive. Oh gosh, it was so bad. Now he knows that I like him. I'm thinking it's gonna be awkward, but literally that same night we had a regular conversation afterwards. And then like when he saw me, everything was the same as it was before. Still the same old flirting, still talking like how we usually do. Like, it was just normal. And I was like, oh, okay, he's nice. Like, I appreciate him for not like making this weird for me, because I was nervous. I was. But so we would still flirt back and forth and everything. He was still telling me about these girls and everything. And I was kind of like, you know, I felt some type of way when he was telling me about these girls. So I was like, bro, now at this point, you know that I like you. So why are you telling me? So one night, he was the type of person that if he was like upset or whatever the case may be or mad, he would change his like Kik name, because on Kik you had names similar to like your Twitter name, not your @ name, but the name that's next to it, and you could change it. He would change his to like however he was feeling. So I think one night it said like F y'all, or like she broke my heart. It said something stupid like that, and I was like, what he got going on? So I sent him a message. I was like, hey, are you okay? And he was like, no, like I've been arguing all day. I was like, why? For what? Why did I ask that? He tells me that it's this girl he been talking to for 4 months. 4 months, y'all. 4 months. I was like, this since the beginning of the school year when I start liking you pretty much. Like, what? So I'm just like, what about all these girls that you was telling me that you found attractive and that you was liking? You was talking to her this whole time? So I was very surprised. He sent me the screenshots or whatever. They was arguing about something real stupid, and I was trying to help him, and he was just like, nah. He was like, I'm too nice. He was like, I'm gonna stop being nice and da 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 da. And I was like, you're too nice. You're too nice. I'm the one sitting here giving advice to the guy that I like about another girl. Like, what? After that, like, because I knew the girl's name and everything. So after that, like, I didn't know who she was, but I knew her name. And I knew of her because of him. He would bring her up in conversation and stuff, and sometimes it would bother me. And I know he knew it would bother me because he knew that I liked him. Like, I don't know why he did that. It was like he was doing it intentionally. And so one night he brought it up, and I had said something, and we ended up having this really deep conversation about how I can't let my feelings affect our friendship. And I was just very straight up with him because I've always been a real person, y'all. Always real. And I was like, I can't just like stop liking you. Like, it's not gonna go away overnight. I could try, but it's not. I can't just go to sleep and wake up tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, I don't like blanket anymore. Like, it's not gonna work like that. And so we had that deep conversation, but once again, everything resumed back to normal, and we was back to flirting and conversating like regular people. This is like probably like the second half of the school year now, so we're like probably in January. There was this really unplanned award ceremony that I was not prepared for. I had a hoodie and like some teal like colored jeans on, because back then I used to wear more color than I do now. And there was a award ceremony, so I went, and I was sitting there, you know, I was clapping for everybody going across the stage, and honestly, I was just ready to get back to class, because I told y'all I really liked my classes, and I didn't want to miss them. So I was like, I don't want to be here. And lo and behold, y'all, they was going through the ninth graders who made the honor roll, and guess who was on that list? Guess who was on that list? Just guess. Just take a wild guess. His girlfriend. I was like, so she's a freshman? I was like, he's with a freshman? He likes freshmen? Like, I was really like freaking out about it as if I wasn't just a freshman like the year before. And I heard her name get called across the stage, and I saw what she looked like, and I was like, oh. Because I don't know why, but I didn't think she went to the school, because I had never seen her before. But when I found out she was a freshman, it made so much sense. After the ceremony, you know, I done texted all my friends this. I done met up with my friends after the ceremony. I was like, yeah, I'm about to go back to class, because they usually had like cake in the cafeteria. And I was like, no, like, I don't want cake this early in the morning. So I was leaving the cafeteria, you know, letting my friend know I was coming back to class. And as I'm leaving, she's like coming in, right? Y'all, when I tell y'all, she gave me the meanest, I mean the meanest look ever. Like, y'all, I was like, oh shoot, she knows who I am. Like, I could just tell by the way she was looking at me. I don't know what he was telling her about me, but I knew she knew me. And I realized two things in that moment. I was like, okay, one, they definitely did call my name when I walked across the stage. So she was like, oh, that's that Naimah girl. Two, I don't know what blanket was telling her, like, but by the look on her face, it had to be something wild. It had to be, because she was just looking at me like she did not like me. And so I texted him, and I was like, I don't think your girlfriend liked me. And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, I just walked past her, and she gave me like this very evil death stare. And he was like, LOL. Like, that was his reply. And I was like, what have you been saying about me to make old girl, we gonna call her Lily, to make Lily hate me? Like, what? And so moving forward from that, after I run into her, it's like he brings her up more often in conversation, and then it's like he start doing like petty things, like really, really petty things. Like, y'all, I mean, like, it was like he was trying to put us against each other. I don't know what he was telling her about me. Obviously, like, he was telling me about her, but he was just telling me about their relationship and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care, and I definitely don't want to hear it. And he knew that. So it was just like, but there was two scenarios in specific that I like will never like forget, like, ever. One of them was me and him had a project that we was working on for our class, and I was trying to call him. He wasn't answering the phone. I was like, bro, like, we need to work on this project. Like, answer the phone. He calls me back, and he's like, I just hung up on Lily for you, so let's go ahead and get started. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yes. I was like, no, if you was talking to her, you could call her back and you just call me when you're done. And he was like, nah, it's straight, it's fine. I was like, it's not. I was like, this is why this girl doesn't like me. She think I'm trying to take you from her. And low-key, like, look, I don't take nobody man, okay? I did like her man, but I'm not the type of person to take nobody man, because how you get them is how you gonna lose them. And that's not in Naimah's character. So that was not an option for me. But that was one scenario. The other scenario was, he had an Android and I had just got an iPhone. And so I didn't need my charger anymore. And he said his charger was broke or something. So I was like, oh, I'll bring it to you in the morning. And so I was bringing it to him. And y'all, his girlfriend was with him. And I handed him the charger. It was the most awkward moment of my life. It was very, very awkward. Like, because he was just talking to me. And I was like, yeah. And then, like, he paused. And he looked at both of us. He was like, so y'all not going to speak to each other? And me and her, we looked at each other and we was like, hey. Like, it was like a, I don't really want to speak to you. That's why I didn't speak to you. But hey, it was really, really weird. And at that moment, I was like, this man is trying to play me and her. And I don't have time for this. I do not. So pretty much after that, like, I mean, things continue as normal. Like I said, we're still flirting. I'm trying to, like, get him out of my head. I'm like, bro, obviously you don't like me back because you have a whole girlfriend. I was like, it seems like you like me back because you flirt with me all the time. But maybe it's just your personality. Shoot, I don't know. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, let me, like, start talking to other people. Let me focus back on myself. Like, you know, whatever the case may be. And I remember I was talking to Lee one night because me and Lee had got, like, really close because we sat right next to each other. So we had got really close. And so I was talking to him and I let it slip out that I liked Blanket. And I really didn't want to tell him because I told y'all how he used to make fun of me for liking his friend. I was like, I do not want to get made fun of again. And it slipped out and he was like, oh, why aren't y'all together? Like, his reaction was complete opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And I was like, because he has a girlfriend. And he was like, oh, you talking about Lily? He was like, yeah, that ain't nothing to worry about. He was like, y'all be cute together, though. I was like, do you know something that I don't know? Because, like, what? So I was just really confused with that whole conversation. So I had him low-key on the inside trying to spy for me and, you know, but that ain't work. Anyways, so like I said, I was trying to, like, stop liking him because it just clearly it was going nowhere. So I started talking to other people and it was a mess, y'all. It was a mess. Summer comes. Yes, we've made it all the way to summer break. And me and him start talking again every day. And I don't know. It was like I was going through a lot that summer. Not like a lot, but I was going through a lot, like, at home. Like, I had a lot going on. And, like, talking to him, like, really just made me happy. And, like, he would always send me messages. And he was, like, so excited. Like, I remember he texted me and he was like, Naimah, I got my license. I was like, look at you doing big things. Because he's like 5 months older than me. So he turned 16 before I did. He was talking about how he wanted us to work together. And I was like, I'm still 15. He was like, you are? I was like, yes, I don't turn 16 till August. And so, yeah, I don't know. We just was, like, really close. We talked about a lot of stuff over the summer. At this point, my friends kind of all hated him because they felt like he was, like, playing with my feelings because of the whole Lily thing and back and forth. It was a lot, y'all. It was a lot. But pretty much we talked the whole summer and then junior year started, and junior year is going to be in part 2. So I hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger like that, but just know junior year gets a little interesting. I actually end up talking to Lily. And to find out what she said, you guys gotta watch the next story time. So let me know what you guys thought of this story time. Let me know if you guys liked it. I tried, I really did, to make sure I included enough detail that it made sense. But y'all, that literally happened when I was like 14, 15, and I'm 22 now, and I don't really remember details like that. So bear with me. But anyways, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more from the Storytime series, and I'll try to get the next part uploaded sooner rather than later. And yeah, make sure you follow me on all my social media, which is always in the description box down below. Let's discuss in the comments. Did y'all have a longtime high school crush or somebody that you just really, really liked in high school? And how did it go? Like, did you ever tell them that you liked them? Like, just let me know, because I want to know. I'm curious to see if anybody's experience was better than mine. So yeah, with all that being said, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.
I want a chick that grind on a 9 to 5. Oh, she in them college books trying to get a rise. But tonight, I'm just trying to have a good time.